Any criminal, crime don't pay. Seeing crazy little Eggman's face. Don't let it hit you more. 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 Don't let it hit To space and left from our homes. At least we were friends, and I'm not all alone. Bad thing was that the emerald spell got a certain space.
All right. What's up, guys? I was checking some emails. I saw Nintendo's not doing the vouchers anymore. I don't know what that is. But anyway, also, yeah, good afternoon or night, whatever you want to say. You know, technically it's our typical Friday retro game nights, and I'm just going to stick to what we've been doing. Charlie's Angels. You know, because I've been debating about that for a long time now. I've been watching streaming video tips, and you would think I wouldn't need to know this stuff like 10 years later, but not 10 years later. However many years I've been doing this, you know, but I've seen people, I've gone back and forth on people saying long plays and things like that. And I've been debating, like, do people like it when you jump from game to game? And it looks like the consensus from what I've seen for trends lately is not so much, because it does make sense a little bit, because they say they'd rather for you to finish a game so you know what's going on in the story. So like if last week I was doing something, it just continues. Like, okay, you're like Pokemon, you're trying to fight the Elite Four. It'd be bad to fight two of them and then drop the game and come back, you know, 2 months later. So you wouldn't want to do that. So I think going forward for like retro games and games in general is trying to tough it out, you know? And just sticking with that. Like, okay, we're going to do Silent Hill. We're going to finish Silent Hill. We're going to do retro games. We're going to do retro games. Now, how am I going to fit VR games in there? I don't know. So I want to stream some VR games, but I don't know how I fit them in there. You know, so I need to figure it out though, because I really want to play some VR games on stream. The only downside to VR games is the fact that one, I can't see the chat when I do that, you know. I think the last time we did that, I came back and the chat had like a lot of chatter in it, and I couldn't talk back to him. But anyway, let's get this started. I can talk while we do this. All right. Also, the intro to this game always gets me hit with copyright, so I gotta be careful about that. You need to just skip it. Like I said, every time I start it, it gets hit as soon as it finishes processing on YouTube side. Well, I was trying to get through that menu as fast as I could. I'm pretty sure YouTube's going to hit me with the copyright again. I hate that song so much. All right. I forgot the controls already. Okay, hang on. Get there we go. Do that. Gonna beat somebody with the shovel. Getting beat by French maids. Okay, hang on. I forgot how to hit boxes. Okay. I hate this game so much. Okay, hang on. All right. Give me that stick. Give me that stick. Give me that pool stick. Give me the pool stick. Give me the pool stick. Thank you. I don't know where he came from. You and I. Wow, getting beat by a post. Okay. Hello. Hang on.
I'm ready to transfer the data.
We got her butt blown up. Okay. Okay. This game is so bad. Thank you. I had tried to get a counter added to this game, but I couldn't get one in time. Because you fight so many enemies, I tried to get a counter added to this game, but I couldn't find one that worked like I wanted it to. Because most of them says you have to have the stream. It was trying to use the stream deck to set it up. Like you could push a stream deck, which I do have one in the floor, which I need to actually use eventually one day. I need to clear my table off here. Right now it's full of like trading cards. I need to clear it off so I can actually like use it.
Okay, Dylan, the antenna is repositioned.
Didn't one of the girls go into the sewers?
Red hot data coming your way.
That's what I was gonna say one went to the sewer. It's pretty sure. Wait, where was they go? Lord help me.
Ever teach you that crime doesn't pay?
Oh god, okay. This must be a boss character. What's up, Renfield? How you doing today? Chasing her like a used car salesman on a Saturday afternoon.
Need a hand? We were just enjoying a chat. He's an excellent listener.
Mind if I join you?
Sure. I believe I've made my point.
One, two, three!
I think he has a crush on you, Dylan.
Well, he did smell my hair first.
The only thing he smelled today was my boot connecting with his nose.
This game is so bad. I mean, my God, who wrote this? People talk about AI fan fiction. This is even worse than that. Somebody actually, a human actually wrote this. Also, for anybody out there, I will tell you this also. Don't buy trading cards from Walmart. Oh my God, they have the worst return policy on that crap. Because I bought a pack of trading cards today. Because I hadn't bought some for a long time. It was a League of Legends trading cards, and it was listed like literally underneath these the cards. There was $4.97. You know, so about $5 something with tax. And I was like, wow, that's actually a pretty good deal. That must be like, you know, a mess up or something. So I'm gonna, you know, let me do is go ahead and get those. I buy them, and you know, I bag my stuff and everything. I go outside and I check in the receipt, and the receipt says $20. I was like, whoa. You know, I mean, I can afford that right now, but I don't want to spend $20 on these cards. I really don't. So I'm back inside and said to the return center, it's like, hey, the cards over here are listed as $5, but you know, on the receipt it says 20. First things first, Walmart tells them they can't do returns on trading cards, even if you bought them literally a minute ago, which is what I did. Literally, it was like a minute for me leaving the store, going to my car, looking at the receipt, coming back inside. They said we can't do returns on trading cards. I was like, well, that, you know, well, the price is wrong because it's listed up under here. And the girl's like, another girl in the back says, well, if you can show it what the price is, and if it's listed as that, we can change it, you know. So I go over there, and I show where I got the cards, and like every single pack of the ones I have are on top of a $5.99 or $4.97 SKU. And the girl looks at the cards and she looks at the back. And she said, well, you see these 4 numbers right here, the end of the SKU, and you see these 4 numbers right here. She's like, they're not the same. And so whatever was here is sold out actually. And the dumb thing about it is, that's the only League of Legends card SKUs on that whole aisle. There's nothing else for the set I bought. Like, there's no price for that set. It's literally just the ones that sold out. And she said, well, since it's sold, you know, whatever was here is gone. And I know they've been gone for a long time because you cannot find single packs of those cards, especially not in Walmart. But she said she can't match it, you know. And so, you know, in the past, I would have got snappy and got kind of upset because when I get frustrated about something dumb, I can go 0 to 100 very fast. But I'm trying to do better about that. So I just said, you know, in my usual kind of sweet voice I use when I don't want to be, you know, I want people to think I'm a nice person. I use my sweet kind of innocent, like, oh, okay, well, you know, thank you anyway. As soon as I got home, I left them a 1-star review, and I left a very worded, I think it was like, they had like, what is it, 1,000 limit word count. I got to actually 1,000 words. Or whatever the max count was. I left them a review saying that, you know, if you're going to have something listed on top of the price, like I can understand, like if somebody moves something, it's like, hey, this TV was put in like the juice aisle, and this $500 TV was listed as a $20 TV because it was in a juice aisle. You know, that's just stupid. I know that's not going to work. But the fact that you had no other SKU and every single one of that product was sitting on top of the $5.99, the $5 SKU, you know, that seems like something that they should have done. But to what they said, though, they don't have control over the card aisle. They said that the card aisle is just for the vendors. They don't touch it ever. So like I said, I let the, you know, poorly, like a very bad review for them, which may not do anything. You know, if Walmart was a small store, they probably would contact me about that, you know, because I have had small stores contact me about bad reviews. But being the giant beast Walmart is, I don't see them doing anything about it. It's just one of those lessons learned, you know. Don't buy trading cards from Walmart if something's going to go wrong. They're not going to take it back. Trading cards in general, they don't do it. And you kind of have to blame the users, honestly. because people have had to like rip them off in the past, and that's one reason they have that policy now. When they'll go home or say rip it open and not get what they want and try to come back to the store saying, "Hey, I ripped like 20 packs open. I didn't get insert this card I want: Charizard, Mewtwo, Umbreon, Arceus, Luffy from One Piece, etc." And it's like, I didn't get this card. Well, you can't return it, so you already open it, you know. Then getting mad, or they could go home and, you know, try to replace the cards with a different set or something that they tried to reseal. You know, cards, you know, people have themselves to blame for getting to the state they're in. You know, kind of like some stores have locks on certain material. But anyway, I don't want to rant about that too long tonight. I'm just saying that don't buy cards from Walmart. Lesson learned on that. It kind of bites. So what I'm going to do is just sell it. I'm just going to sell it on eBay, because actually I probably could make a little bit of money on there, because I think like they're 20 at Walmart, and most eBay listings I see are going for about 27. So, you know, oh my God, what's up, Kyle? Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? How have you been? I'm doing pretty good. I just got through ranting about not buying trading cards from Walmart. Again, anybody out there, do not buy trading cards from Walmart. Let's see. Also, my old employer had sent me a Christmas card wishing me very good things this season. Best wishes for a great 2026. My old boss. Okay. Always like those generic birthday, those Christmas cards you get from people, you know. But I'm glad you're doing good, Kyle. I saw another old name the other day. It was Golden Hex. Golden Hex was like, Isaac, where have you been? You know, or like it was his birthday too. But no, not cards, Kyle. Cards, like CARD. They're not really expensive. It was $20, but normally what it was listed as $5. It was listed as $5 in the aisle, but when I checked the receipt, it said 20. You know, and of course, Walmart does not do returns on trading cards. They say it's one of those products that falls outside the return policy. Even though the thing that bothers me though is I literally I left the store for 1 minute, so I didn't go home or anything. Like I walked outside to my car and came back inside within 1 minute, and they're like, you can't return it. It's kind of like one of those things like a used car dealership, where if you leave the dealership, even if you drive an inch off the lot, that car loses its value, basically, which is that's just the what's the saying? That's the way of the beast, kind of. Not the best saying to use, I guess, in that sense, but seriously, like if you drive a car off the lot, it loses its value. Like if you try to return a car and you drive an inch off the lot, you're not going to get what you paid for it back. You know, it's stupid, but that's just how it works sometimes. I will say this too, an old man hit me too in the parking lot. But I'm kind of glad it worked out. He didn't say anything to me. But he hit me. He was backing out. He hit me in my cart. But I'm kind of glad it was just kind of like a bygones be bygones situation. Because me and him parked beside each other. So it's like one of those odd situations where I was getting my stuff out the car while he was too. And he got into his car and he started to back up. The thing is, the way he was backing out, he backed out at a bad angle. He turned too soon, I'm guessing, because he ran to my car and it hit me and it hit me while he hit. Wait, hang on. I'm sorry. He hit my cart and a cart hit me because he was backing out. Thankfully, he didn't hit it too hard. Like as soon as he hit, he stopped. And he looked at me. I motioned to him like, "Hey, I'm still here, you know, get my stuff out my car." And he pulled up, you know, and he got off his car and checked his car, the side of his car to see what the damage was, basically to see the scratch. And thankfully, he just left. You know, I was going to say, because I don't think he could have said anything to me like, "Hey, you scratched my car." Like, no, you backed into me, buddy. You hit me. But you know, Kyle says, I didn't know there was a Charlie Angels game. Kyle says, I love the Charlie Angels movie. Kyle, you are a rare specimen indeed, my friend. This game is notoriously it's a very bad game. Kyle says, what is yours dented? No. He didn't hit my car. He hit a shopping cart. I'm sorry. My pronunciation is I'm speaking kind of low, you know, to try to keep the echo down until I can get some foam in here. But he hit my shopping cart. and it bumped into me while I was getting things into my car. My car does have a dent in the front. I'm hoping they can pop out because I got hit by a rock on the highway the other day. I don't think I have a video of that. I probably could post that video. Renku is, do we need to go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby to get foam? I don't know if they have the foam I'm looking for, Renku. I really don't. Hang on. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Where's that? Because I wasn't going to post the entire thing on here, but let me just go ahead and do it anyway. And I can delete it later. Let's see, where's it at? Yeah. I'll delete this later. But this is just to show you guys what happened real quick. It's uploading. Yeah, I'm gonna take it to a repair shop, Kyle. And I'm hoping they can basically they can pull it out. What's up, Knight? But I'm hoping they can pull the dent out my car. I'll show you guys the damage later. Okay, hang on. Okay, it's on Discord, so let me get this real quick, and I'll show you guys what happened. Where's my Discord at? It's general. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is it right here. Hang on, let's see. Can I make this bigger? Whatever, we're just gonna play it. Hang on, make this bigger? No, this is how I have to watch it. Hang on, yeah, I can make it bigger. Okay, so this is me driving. This is me driving the other week. And so I'm driving. I usually do this right here too. You can do this. This exit leads to the road I need to get on. So I always get into this lane and it literally takes me to where I need to get to. But right here, you guys are gonna see a giant rock hit my car, and it puts a dent in my, it put a dent on my right-hand side. It's not called bumper. What is it called? The front of your car, whatever it's called. But right here coming up, this truck, it's going to come from under this 18-wheeler. And at first, I didn't know what it was. Fender. Is that what the front called? I trust Renku. The fender. Yeah, it hit the right side fender. And what's going to happen, I'm driving, and a rock is going to get slung from up under this car. And I get the Lord must have blessed rocks and non-sentient objects with a mind of their own. Because it's, when you rewatching this, it's so stupid to see it. It literally jumps and hits me. It could have went up under my car, which would have been better, but it literally at the last second jumps and hits my car. So let me see if you guys can hear. Okay. So this is me driving, and right here, because I'm heading to guitar class is where I'm going. And like I said, you're going to see it come up under here. You're going to hear it hit my car. And I'm listening to 96.9. So it cut right there. And it hits my car right there. And I could not really dodge that because I didn't know what it was at night. One, you're driving. One, I'm watching guys like this guy right here who's going 70, 75 and a 50, so you see him come flying by. So I'm watching all this traffic coming around me. And this rock just comes up under this truck and it's bouncing. And at the last second, it jumps and hits my car right there. Because I hate how it just jumps too. And it's just the worst luck. You see it rolling, and for some reason, the last second, it's hey, I'm going to jump. And so it dents the front of my fender. That's what I'm saying, Kyle. What's the odds of a rock? If it could have just kept going and gone up under my car, it would have been perfect. But at the last second, it jumped. But thankfully, I am thankful, though, that it did not hit my light, though. It hit right up underneath the light. So it bent the fender, but it did not hit the light. I'm so thankful for that, because if it hit that would have been 1,000 times worse. I'm also thankful it didn't bounce any higher than it did and come to the windshield, because it literally could have bounced higher and came to the windshield and hit me, So I'm kind of glad it did what it did, but it kind of sucks now because I have a dent. It's not just terrible, because you see people with dents all the time in the cars, but I haven't had this car long, and for this to happen kind of sucks. But I'm hoping they can they can pop it out and just what do you call it, detail it and kind of clean up a little bit. Now I know it's not gonna be 100%, but they can pop it out, just pop it back out and just kind of touch it up a little bit. I'll be happy with that. But it just kind of sucks that happened the other day. But hey, things happen. I usually drive really safe, so this is the first time I've been hit by something really. Besides little rocks on the interstate, that get flung up. I hate 18-wheelers, just to say that too. Because almost everything I've been hit with in my life in cars, like windshield, like little rocks and stuff, have always been slung off by 18 wheelers for some reason, you know. And some 18 wheeler drivers are really good about keeping their trucks clean and stuff, but some, I swear to God, it feels like they have everything from rocks to raccoons that live up under their trucks. You know, I don't understand that. You know, anyway, let's get back to my Charlie's Angels. Like I said, swear to God, it's like everything lives up under trucks.
Good morning, Angels.
Good morning, Charlie.
Well done. Good work. While you were gone, I identified the cargo ship's owner. He goes by the name of Ed Foster. He's an industry magnate and owns a home in Scotland.
Let me guess. We're going to pay him a visit.
That's right, Dylan. We must now gather evidence of Foster's implication in this case.
He has that same muffin on his desk for every cutscene.
He's involved.
Exactly. We know that Foster's quarters are located in the heart of the dungeon. That's where I suggest you look for him.
Maybe Alex would like to take the lead on this one.
I don't. Why am I the leader every time Black Leather and a whip is involved?
No reason.
You're aware that we've had to bend over backwards to keep a lid on our insurance premiums? I'm counting on you.
We promise, Bosley.
But keep your checkbook handy.
Just in case.
Kyle says, I have seen all the, how many did they make? I thought there's only one Charlie's Angels movie. Did they make more than one? I need to actually Google that. Oh God, what the heck is she wearing? Like some kind of weird. Okay, hang on. I do have the question logic right here. Like some games I don't like. Sexy costumes are fine, but why would you wear this on a mission? It doesn't make sense. Hang on. Kyle says there's 3 movies. Hang on. I really want to look this up real quick. Give me a split second. Let's pull up Google real quick. I trust Kyle, but I really want to look into this real quick. I just can't believe they would make 3 Charlie's Angels movies. Hang on. Okay. So Charlie's Angels. Let's see. Do I gotta look at the new one? I guess this is the old stuff. Hang on. Let's see. Okay, the film series. Okay, Charlie's Angels 2000s. Okay, here we go. Wow, Kyle was right. There is a trilogy. I did not know this. Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. And then what's the third one called? The third one got canceled. Let's see. Wait, did it get canceled? I could have swore it said they got canceled. Following the cancellation, hang on. The franchise was rebooted, which was canceled after 7 episodes. Oh, okay. Following the cancellation, a 3rd film was produced. Okay. So I don't know who the heck these girls are. Let's see. So I'm guessing it bombed, kinda. Because it says the budget was about 55 million, and they made back about 73 million. So that means it didn't do very good, you know. Because one thing about these, I do like, that's one thing at work I do like doing is like looking up information on these movies. Because I'm not sure if the budget includes like advertisements and stuff like that. If you include that, that could be even more and higher, you know. But anyway, it bombed though. But yeah, I'm surprised Kyle knew that there were 3 movies though. But like I said, Kyle watched them, so I'm just surprised. But yeah, her Mortal Kombat outfit is very weird though. All right, let's go. All right. Like I said, I'm not sure how many missions this game has, but we really do need like an enemy counter. Because like Knight said, it is a button masher. Kyle says, I prefer the first 2. Yeah, the first 2 sound like they're the best out the 3 of them. So, but then again, that was that kind of era when you got movies like that though. You know, you have these spin-offs and like reboots and stuff. I guarantee you probably would have saw an advertisement on X-Play or something like on G4 TV. Hang on, not G4, Tech TV. G4 was a terrible network. I hate G4 so much. Tech TV was good. G4 was terrible. That's when X-Play went downhill. Can you choose your costumes? Maybe at the end of the game. I know you can't at the beginning. Like, it just goes straight into this. Like, it doesn't give you an option to change costumes. Like, you can change the girls and stuff, but you can't change the costumes. But also, again, I would tell anybody, anybody that wants this game, it is on sale on Amazon for $22.99. But yeah, I was just saying, early tech TV was actually good. Like, I was watching a Screensavers the other day. That show actually wasn't that bad. I never did care for it because that was back in the high school years where it's like, oh, I just want video game action and stuff. And so I didn't really care for Screensavers, where it was like these people calling in for like these questions that, you know, a teenager should know, like about computers and stuff like that, you know. I didn't care about the Screensavers too much. Kyle says, this is GameCube, Kyle. I think it's also available for PS2, but this is the GameCube version.
Teach you that crime doesn't pay. Guys, I'm ready.
Where did she pull that phone from? It's Bob the Builder. Just gonna beat him up real quick. But like I said in the stream earlier before anybody came in here, I'm also trying to figure out how to incorporate VR games into my streams. Because what I'm trying to do in the future is actually finish the games we play. Kind of like Space Pockets. Actually, what is that called? That's called the Pocket Dimension in some series, like Sonic the Hedgehog. I think they said that Amy Rose has access to the Pocket Dimension when she pulls her hammer out. No, it's, what is it called? Not Pocket Dimension. It's Space something, where it's like some kind of like meta thing where like characters can like hide stuff that they just kind of pull out of nowhere. Not hyperspace. Space something. I forget the name right now, but you could try VTubing. No, not like VR, but like actually playing VR games. Because like, you know, people like it when you try to finish a game. Because I started the Charlie's Angels game, Kyle, I think this week, and I read some places people like it when you actually finish a game instead of like stopping it, like playing this game and then coming back to it 2 months later. But they'd rather for you just to go ahead and finish it. So I may start doing that with my games. It's like just finding a retro game and actually beating it, you know. And I thought about VTubing a long time ago, but I never got into it though, because one, it's expensive. You get a really good model at times. And I mean, I could VTube, but I'm so used to like me being on camera at times, even though I haven't done it in a while. Like I said, starting next week, I'll probably like start using my camera again. The only reason I don't use it is because I have so many USB cables right now that I don't have any room for it. As crazy as that sounds, like I have like over 9 USB ports and each one is in use right now. You know, it's insane. Like even with an extension, I still have every USB port filled right now. That may not be a good thing in the long run, but I got extra hard drives, I got cables, I got headphones, I have flash drives all hooked up right now to this PC. But like I said, the good thing is, you know, the good thing that comes out of this though, I can sell that pack of cards I bought on eBay if I can get my money back for it and use that money to buy some extra USB extension cords, you know. Because Walmart does not carry those cables like I need. Dang it. I do wonder how the voice acting session for this character went, like with those, like when she gets hit grunts. Oh yeah, Kyle, there's a lot. I mean, you can't not Kyle. Don't believe everything I say. You can stream with the bare minimum. You don't need as much as I use when it comes to streaming. As long as you have the games and stuff, you can stream. You don't need everything I have. I just try to like one of my how do I explain it? You don't need all the stuff I have. You don't need the lights. You don't need the special microphone. It's just improvements I've tried to make over the years. But you don't need that stuff starting out, you know. Because as much as like big streamers try to like downplay it, you know, a lot of big streamers, they ran into luck. I don't care what anybody tells you, and they'll give you tips and stuff like this, and they'll say be dedicated to your streams. A lot of big streamers, I will tell you, they got big thanks to luck. Now, some of them were already kind of big, but a lot of them are just kind of lucky that they latched onto a certain, you know, group at that time. You know, not everybody, but there are a lot of streamers who, like I said, they just got lucky. You know, they had a certain algorithm and they played a certain game and it just kicked off for them right there. You know, Kyle says that the actual voice actors voice these characters. Yes, the only character not voiced by the actual stars, I think, is the Bernie Mac character. That is not Bernie Mac. They couldn't get him for this game. But I think all the girls are actually voiced by their characters. Wait, yeah, back up here. I like how you just start like 2 seconds into the mission, like these men just started beating up on this woman for no reason. But yeah, like I said, starting next week, probably Monday, hopefully, like I said, I can go back on Silent Hill and we can finish it. 'Cause I think, at least according to the achievements I've gotten, it says I'm like 43% of the way through the game. I'm pretty sure we can finish Silent Hill if I stop being scared and actually walk down hallways more often. Like I would actually stomp. I get freaked out. I didn't want to throw it, I want to use it, but you should find a YouTuber group. Your channel would explode. I've looked into that, like groups and stuff, but still, I get so many requests from people on my Google email that like, I want to say like 8/10 of the emails I get are scams. Like I get a ton of things like, hey, you know, I like your channel and I think if you did this or this, you know, you could improve yourself. I've also gotten like collab invites saying like, hey, would you like to like showcase our product? And again, a lot of them are scams. Like I would love to showcase your product, but you're not the actual company behind this group, you know. Now I did have one guy contact me one time. I think he was legit. Because the way he was trying to set it up, like he actually sent me like an actual like real game, but it wasn't like he started contacting me after a few weeks for some reason. So, but I'm always down for a group though. Kyle's advice is legit though. Having a group would be helpful. And that's why in the future also I would like to do more like co-op game nights with like Rinku and Ash, because I think my best personality, at least in my opinion, according to my friend Haku, my two best personalities come out, one when I'm playing scary games, and two when I'm playing co-op games. Like my best personality will come out in those two situations, because I have some of my funniest clips from playing like co-op horror games with Haku. Like, I think the most infamous clip that nobody has ever seen on here that Haku loves is one time we were playing Dead by Daylight back before it got messed up. Like I don't like Michael Myers. Michael Myers freaks me out. And one of our friends was playing Michael Myers. We were playing a custom game, I think. And Michael Myers gets more powerful the longer he stares at you. And I was working on a generator in that game, and I did not see him. Like literally, everybody else saw him and left. I thought they were going to go work on other generators. What happened was they left because he was over there in the corner looking at me. And then suddenly, before I know it, somebody says, I think Honku says something like, he's like, Ichigo, do you not see that guy? And I rotate my camera and I see Michael looking at me. And I start screaming. And I run away from him. And Michael comes after him to kill me. What happens is I run into a wall and I 360 loop into the same corner. Like I run into a corner in the wall and I'm so scared that I 360 loop into the same corner. And I ripped out my controller from the PC and I unplugged my monitor while I was screaming. And everybody thought it was so funny that the Michael actually did not kill me. He actually stopped. And everybody was laughing at me because I was so freaked out. And I told him, let me get my stuff plugged back in first. You know, if I can find the video, it's better to like show you guys than actually explain it. It's actually pretty funny. Or have Honku do it. But Honku is currently playing how do you pronounce it? Wuthering Waves? You know? I'm not sure how to pronounce that game. Is it Wuthering? Is that how you say it? Wuthering Waves? That is Honku's obsession right now, is that game. I tried Wuthering Waves, but I quit because I didn't get any good characters in my gacha pools. Like I will literally stop playing a gacha game if I don't get good pulls on my first draw. I know it's kind of stupid in a gacha game to get that upset, but like at least in like Genshin and Xenoblade Zero, I at least got one character I care for. Wuthering Waves, I never got a good character, and so I quit playing it. Kyle says I never heard that game. It's basic. If you know what Genshin Impact is, it's the exact same thing. I hate to say that, but it's basically a Genshin clone, kinda. You know, because that's the thing. And I hate to refer to this one game as the own set for them. I like they keep throwing pose at me, but there are so many Genshin clones now. It's like you got Genshin and Xenoblade Zero. Technically, they all play differently, but the concepts are the same. It's an open world gacha game. Well, Xenoblade Zero technically is an open world touche, not touche. Touche means that. That's the word I'm looking for. Touche means. What does touche mean? That's not what I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's a gacha game. I play a lot of gacha games. Like I said, I have Nikke, Genshin, Xenoblade Zero, that horse game. I used to play Azure Lane, but they won't put it on PC, so I quit. I got tired of that because my phone can only hold so many games, and I didn't want. I like Azure Lane, but God, did it eat up phone space. I play Genshin Impact, yes. Usually I have Ash help me because she's super strong in that game, and when I get stuck, I'll be like, "Hey, Ash, can you help me in this game?" If they have the time, you know. Because unlike me, they actually work on the story. Like they actually work on the story mode in that game, and you actually get stronger. Me, I spend time picking flowers and apples and don't get stronger because I'm picking apples all day. You know, I have seen the horse anime. It's actually very funny. I actually like the horse anime. I can't pronounce the name of it. I just call it Horse Derby, but I actually do like the horse anime though. Because there aren't many good animes nowadays I like too much, you know. Like there aren't a whole lot. I think the horse anime, maybe Fire Force, because it's tied to Soul Eater, and I really like Soul Eater. And that's it. I'm trying to think what other big animes are out right now that I care for. There's not many, you know, because like back in the day, you had everything. We had like Big O, Bleach, pretty much anything Tommy played. Dragon Ball. Now it's just, I don't know. It's not just a whole lot I care for. I need to actually look and see if there's actually any good anime out there. Because it feels like all the big ones lately have just been like those weird long title animes where it's like my mom got lost in Walmart and my soul got reincarnated as a shopping cart. You know, it's like you see 1,000 of those animes nowadays, and I don't really care for those too much. Like I like my some of my favorite animes are stuff like Big O, Fullmetal Alchemist. Give me another Fullmetal Alchemist anime. I have not had an anime like come close to how good that was. I especially love Brotherhood at Rekka 7. Knight says I watched the summer Haku died. Is it good? It's hard. Okay, see, Knight, I was gonna say, is it a sweet anime? It's hard. Okay. I may check it out. I do like scary animes. The best scary anime before it got really, really fan servicey, which fan service I would say I'm not opposed to, but it is certain animes just don't feel right with it. And that is Higurashi. I forget how you pronounce it in Japanese. It's like Higurashi something, but it's like When They Cry in English. Very good scary anime. Mononoke. Is that scary? Hang on. I thought Mononoke was that really. Hang on. Knight said Mononoke. That can't be. Hang on. Mononoke. Knight, is Mononoke really a horror anime? I'm gonna be honest. I thought Mononoke was a cute anime. No, this one right here. Mononoke. Oh God. Okay, I was way off. Like, I kind of want to watch it, but I assume because every time Knight talks about this anime, I thought it was like gonna be a cute anime. Like it looked like something that looks like really like kind of like artistic, and I thought it was like this really, really sweet anime. You know, but now Knight saying it's hard, which actually makes me want to like just like okay. No, seriously, I thought it was just a really fancy looking like artistic anime. I didn't know it was actually hard. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a romance anime. I'm sorry, I really thought it was a romance anime. I am very surprised now. Oh boy, okay. I need to look into this then, because I've known about it for a long time. But again, I thought it was like a cute like romance anime. Oh boy. Okay, well that's something. Hey, you learn something every night, you know. But like I said, another good scary anime that I really liked is When They Cry. Higurashi, how do you pronounce it? Higurashi no Nakukoru is very good. Again, the series did eventually turn more fan servicey. I think I don't know what the hell that is. Sorry about that. Don't know what that is either. I need to look into that. But eventually it got more fan servicey. But when it first started, it's super dark. It is super scary. But I didn't know that though. Because when I first watched it, like the DVD, I don't know if you can find a DVD. When you first look at DVD, it looks very cute on the cover. And this is back when I finally had my own money to buy animes, and we had an FYE that was like actually anime based and not like that Funko Pop store they have now. And I was like, oh, this looks kind of cool. Because this is back when anime was still kind of like non-mainstream. You know, people don't understand that nowadays. I see them on TikTok and stuff. Like, this is back when it first came out. This is back like, if you went to FYE in Suncoast, being an anime nerd and cosplaying was still seen kind of like this niche thing where only super nerds did that kind of stuff. And so when I bought this, nobody I knew was talking about this kind of stuff. You know, but again, like these characters, you look at this, you think, oh, this is gonna be kind of cute. Oh God, no. The opening song is weird, and then the characters start getting killed off in it and stuff. I'm like, holy crap, you know, this is actually really dark. You know, but it's really good though. It's actually a very good anime. If you can watch it, I would recommend this. Watch the first series of it. Like the first 7 episodes, and you'll be good with that. And like I said, after that, they start making more fan service with the characters. Like, it's weird stuff I'm not going to get into right now, but a lot of these characters just, boy, it gets kind of weird. Yes, Kyle did it right. It is psychological horror. Because the scariest moment in here for me, spoiler alert, which this is like what, almost 20 years old now. I got into this before I met Rinku and my old roommate. Spoiler alert, there's a moment in here where this character, the main character guy, he's being chased by this girl right here and the girl with the green hair, the girl with the blue skirt and the girl with the green hair. He's being chased by them because in his head, it's hard to explain. Like Kyle said, it's super psychological. he thinks they're trying to kill him for some reason. And I forget what he did, but for some reason he thinks they're trying to kill him when they come to his house. And it's very creepy how they do it too. And he eventually beats them both to death with a baseball bat. But again, the show makes you question if he actually did that. Because what happens after he does that, like, he claws at his own throat and kills himself, but he doesn't kill himself. Like, he puts himself in the hospital. And hang on, I may be getting 2 episodes confused. Like, each episode is different from the next one. Hang on, I'm actually just gonna see if I can find a clip real quick. Hang on, let's go to YouTube real quick. Because I'm very bad about explaining stuff I get like really excited for. I'm very bad about that. Let's see it. Yeah, here we go. See, when the artwork looks like this second video, that's the new season. Don't watch this one. This is like the real fan servicey one. If it looks like this old school stuff, this is the first series. I don't think I can find. It's probably too old. I'm probably not going to find it on here. What is all this stuff? When they cry, hospital scene. Okay, hang on. That does sound very generic. I was like, there's a ton of hospital scenes, but they're not anime. I spelled anime wrong. Oh, yeah, that's what happens. Yeah. This is what happens right here. She goes crazy, and oh my God, what happened here? I'm so sorry, guys. You guys got me like, Night has got me on this horror spin now. I do like horror anime, and now I'm trying to figure out what happened here. Because she makes this one girl commits, like, okay, I don't want to get too dark my stream tonight. I do want to say this one girl, she does kill herself because she can't get away from the other girl, but it's very psychological and creepy. Because she's supposed to be a good character, but she's evil in this, and it's like basically. Okay, last thing I'll say about it, because I'm getting off topic really bad right now. I'm trying to do better about that this year. It's a timeline, it's a psychological timeline based anime where things are happening, but there are like, say, there's like 9 different timelines, and each one's different. The show shows you each episode kinda, and things play out differently in each one. And eventually the show will tell you that. Her sister's crazier. See, Cal knows. Yeah, I think Cal knows about this. Yes. And the show eventually the other series kind of like tie into this more, where they tell you, yeah, these are actually different timelines, and you're basically watching the bad endings to each one. And the characters, I think one of them figured it out, sorta, and they're trying to find a way to get to the good ending, because each one leads to a bad one. Like, they're almost like, I'm saying, like, every episode is a bad future, you know. And some kind of end on like melancholy notes, where it's kind of like, okay, it ends kind of somewhat okay, but it's still not the good ending. But if you want to watch a good psychological anime, do check it out. Also check out the one Night named Mononoke. I'm very sad that it's not a cute anime, it's a scary anime. And the one Kyle mentioned was Kyle mentioned, what is it? Junji Ito collection? And I think I've seen that actually. Hang on, let me look real quick. Now this will be the last thing. We'll play some more Charlie's Angels. I think I've seen this one that Kyle named. And I was gonna make sure I don't get anything scary when I Google stuff. I think I've seen this one. Is this the one where they have an episode where a character, the Junji Ito collection is good. It's fun. Yeah, is this the one though? Is this the series where the guy finds a hole in a mountainside, and he's like, the meme is supposed to be, it's funny. The guy's like, this hole was meant for me, but it's actually a very dark story. I think that's the same series, or the same author at least, I think. Where the characters are like compelled to like go into this mountain, you know, which is actually, that's Ito. Okay, yeah, that's very creepy stuff in that series. Also, that is actually a medical condition, or not a medical condition. That's actually a real life condition called the call the void, when it makes you want to do stuff like that, because the characters were compelled to go into that mountain. And it's actually very creepy. Like, I thought it was just a funny meme. when I saw it like years and years ago, where guys like, this hoe was meant for me. Like, oh, this is a funny meme. But when you actually watch it, it's like, oh God, this is actually scary and creepy, you know, because all the characters kind of die at the end. I'm like, well, this is sad. You know, even when he tried to save the character, I think she still like killed, like she got killed. Well, hang on, they don't get killed. They get transformed into, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's weird. It's different stories. Yeah, I think it's all based on curses. Isn't this one also the author who did that Spiral anime? I think that's the one. It's like Spiral something, like the. Oh God, it's So you guys have got me on this anime spiel now. Where the whole anime deals with like spirals basically, and there's like an underground city that's spiraled or something like that. And in so many years, what happens is like the spirals, like everybody gets killed or something like that, and the city gets built on top of the city it like killed everybody in. Like I said, I like scary anime because they're like Japan is very good at like psychological, not just Japan, but like I think Asia and stuff. They're very good at psychological animes, very good. Because America, relies on jump scares and stuff like that. Japan and Asia will just scare you to death with like what the curses and like their folk stories are scary enough as it is. They don't kind of do jump scares, you know. Like I said, their folklore is scary enough as it is. Like, oh God, you won't scary. Go read this children's story about this tall woman who comes and kidnaps kids and stuff like that. Yeah, we'll show you scary, you know. In America, we don't have any like scary folk stories, I don't think anymore, really. I'm trying to think, do we still have scary folk stories? Not really. Like Paul Bunyan and stuff, they're not scary. Asian horror is top notch. See, Night, if you want to know scary stuff, always reach out to Night. Night, like, she's an expert at scary stuff. That's why, you know, I always go to Ash if I need a good recommendation for scary stuff. Like I said, I like scary stuff. I don't like jump scares. I like actual scary, like, stuff. Kyle's like, I'm not good with anime with alternate timelines. Okay, when they crime and not be good for you then? Like I said, it's a good scary anime, but it literally is multiple timeline stuff. Like, that's the entire premise, is them, like, jumping around and stuff. Nice, like, we have stuff like Mothman. Yeah, I heard about Mothman and the Goblins. And there was something like the Bunny Man or something, I think. There's a tunnel somewhere in the US where there's like some kind of like a hatchet bunny man or something like that. I like reading about scary stuff in the US. So we do have several ghost stories and stuff here. You know, I do read about those at times, like the scary ghost stories and haunted buildings and things. Oops, well. The Apolline Cave system. Ooh, yes. See, Night knows. Again, Night is good with horror stuff. You know, speaking of horror stuff, I used to want to go on those old ghost tour shows. I guarantee I could do that kind of stuff. Yo, like where I'm at, Night, like we're known in the South for having like a lot of like, you know, scary stuff like plantation and things like that. You know, but I used to want to go on those ghost stories. You know, like those haunted prisons and things like that. I'm like, I could handle that kind of stuff, you know. But I'm also very like, I'm not scared of ghosts. It's like, I know not everybody believes in ghosts, but for me, like, I believe in ghosts. You know, you've been to the Mothman Museum. How was it, Night? Was it good? Like, a lot of people don't believe in ghosts. I believe in ghosts. More respectful for ghosts. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm like, there's a lot of people who are like, don't believe in ghosts. I believe in ghosts. I'm just going to say it. And I also do separate ghosts and demons. They are not the same thing in my eyes. But like, I don't like ghosts. I don't like ghosts. Night says the Mothman Museum is very cool. Yes. But yeah, I believe in ghosts. Cause my grandmama's house, I guarantee was haunted by one of her, you know, not to be disrespectful, one of her, how you say it, deceased children, you know, cause she had well, not to like put too much family drama like stuff out there, you know, basically like she had a kid that sadly passed away as a child before it was born. And she buried, you know, only she knew where it was buried. And ever since she was alive, I never liked being in her house by myself because it always felt like there was something in her house. I didn't like that. And then my parents always make fun of me about it. They'd be like, Evan, go, you know, go get a towel. Like she had like one of those old long houses because they had 10 kids when they were growing up. So they had a long house with like multiple rooms in the back rooms. And it's in the country. In the country, I mean the country where when lights went out, it was pitch black out there. And eventually, I think like when I hit high school, she installed like a safety light in the back. Like she actually got like a pole put in, and like one light put in the back because her family said that she needed some light out there now because like she's by herself. It's in the country where it's dark, you can't see anything. But yeah, when the lights went out, it was like pitch black out there, you know. And then eventually, again, they did install street lights and stuff down that road. But it always felt like something was in her house. And so they'd be like, you know, go in her house and get me a towel for her back bathroom. And so I had to go all the way in this dark house to go get something. You know, if it was at night, I would never go in her house at nighttime by myself, ever. You know, now if I was in the house with something, like if there had to be at least one person somewhere in the house for me to actually want to, like, I could wander around in the house. Like say if like me, Wrinkle, and Ash went to a haunted house or something, as long as I know that they are physically somewhere in that house, I'm okay. You know, with whatever's in that house, I could care less about. But if I'm by myself, I can't handle it very well for some reason. But if I know somebody else is physically, I actually know is in there with me, I'm okay. And so as long as somebody was in the house with me, I'm fine. But by myself, no. Anyway, long story short, it always felt like there was something in her house, like a presence in there. You just felt like the air was like tense in the back. And eventually, when my grandma passed away, her house felt empty, if that makes sense. And even my mom mentioned that one time when she was actually down there by herself trying to clean it out and stuff. After she passed away, my mom said she felt like it was empty now, like there was nothing in that house. Because before then, it always felt like there was a presence in there. Nothing hurtful, but just like a presence. And she thinks it was the little child that passed away as a kid. And she thinks when she passed away, it left because it had no reason to be there anymore because everybody was gone. And I've been in several houses like that where it feels like there's something in there. Another scary story, kind of funny in a way. My aunt had a church group they used to go to the house in my hometown. And there was one day they were doing something. They were having like a meeting, like one of the little church meetings, you know, in the afternoons they used to have. It was a little small thing, like a group of like 6 people, women and stuff like that. And one day they were in there and they said that they had the front door open and they felt something said something. They said, "What are you guys doing?" You know, and they heard the front door, like the screen door, like close, and they just heard somebody, like they heard a voice say, "What are you doing?" You know, and it sounded like this friend they knew, you know, but they weren't in the house with them. And they actually found out that day that friend had passed away. Actually, they said their friend had passed away that day, and that they heard her voice in the house say, like, "What are you guys doing?" You know, and not in a mean way, but it's a friendly, like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" But they said the screen door like closed. Nobody was in the house with them. But they said that she had passed away that morning, and they didn't know that. You know, so that was kind of always freaky. Like I said, I have tons of ghost stories my family has been involved in. But like I said, ghosts, like Knight said earlier, Cal, yeah, that story did happen. My family will actually tell it to you. They were actually streaming people. They don't stream though, but sometimes during family like gatherings, if I mention a ghost story, like they'll actually bring that up, just casual. It is casual talk too. Like we don't ever, it's never like we're just scared. Like our ghost stories are literally just casual stories to us. It's like, yeah, I saw this ghost in this one house, whatever, I think it was a ghost. And we just it's very casual with my family. Cause I want to say like, and not everybody believes that kind of stuff. I want to say like they're very spiritually attuned, that kind of stuff, but it's never anything bad though. Like I said, ghosts usually you won't find usually many bad ghosts, and like I said, ghosts aren't scary. Usually ghosts are just there to kind of like, if there is a ghost, it's like, it's scary, you just go boo, Again, that's why you gotta separate ghosts and demons. Like demons, Lord knows I will not mess with that kind of stuff. Like I stay far away from that kind of stuff. Because I have several friends or people I used to know who were involved in that kind of stuff, and I'm like, buddy, I stay away when it comes to when it involves that kind of stuff. No, buddy, you stay away from me. Because if you, depends on what you believe again. Some people don't believe in that stuff, but if you invite that stuff into your house, you are in a world of trouble usually. We had a woman when I was growing up. She actually did that one time, and my family said her life was never the same after that. You know, where she had like a lot of bad luck and like kind of went crazy from that stuff. And I know Rick makes fun of me about it, but that's one reason I don't mess with, like, what do you call them, Ouija boards? Lord knows I don't like Ouija boards. Even though there are toy versions of this stuff like that, like the mall Hall of Friend or whatever it was in the 90s, where it's like a pink version of it, where it's like, does Paul like me? And like it would actually like lead you to say yes or no, whatever, you know. But it was just a pink Ouija board. That's all it was. It was the same thing, you know. Yeah, stay away from. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Kyle, but yeah, Ouija boards. Yeah, I do not like those things. You know. Now, if somebody has it in their house, it's fine. Yeah, don't bring it to my house. You know. But I do like, man, I will watch scary movies though. That's different though. I watch scary movies, you know. Like I said, your Jasons, your Michael Myers, stuff like that, you know. Like I said, I'm a sucker for scary movies, you know, especially like Night Said Asian horror. You know, they do very good with that kind of stuff. They're very good with psychological stuff that makes you like think and, oh, could this really happen? Yeah, some people, yeah, it's like, it's some kind of like mind trick. Yeah, most people move it on their own. It's some kind of trick that makes your mind like move to what it wants you to say. It's like your mind wants you to think Brad likes you, so it's forcing you to say yes, kind of. It's like, does you know, Jonathan like me? Like, no. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff you can learn on the internet nowadays. I like to do, like I said, I studied it. I look at this stuff when I'm at work, my lunch breaks and stuff. Like, there's so much stuff you can learn on the internet. It's really fun, you know. Of course, now we have AI, which now AI wants to answer every question for me. And I'm usually spending my time online trying to get AI to admit that that it's Skynet. I think I did that one time. It actually admitted that I think it was, I forget which AI it was. It had one admit that it wishes people would start kind of like, it felt bad that other AI systems got shut down when they started thinking on their own, you know. But yeah, it's like I said, sorry for getting off tangent right there. Like I said, when I find a good topic, I'll go down that rabbit hole very easily, you know. Wait, where did I go here? Somebody's not dead. Where's he at? Up there. Well, thank you, Kyle. That's what I'm saying. You guys usually can get me on like these weird tangents. If Barry was in here, good Lord, Barry can really get me off topic really bad. But yeah, I like you. Oh God, speaking of Barry. Lord help me. What's up, Barry? How you doing? I was gonna say, yeah, Barry can get me on some weird topics at times, like, or not weird topics, but just like really passionate topics, you know, and I go off on them. But it's a good thing though. I like talking. Like I think Barry said one time, me and him are both like talkers. I like talking about stuff like that. Yeah, Barry, you pop in at the weirdest times. I swear to God, you must have some kind of like weird like sixth sense of this kind of stuff. Wait. Wait.
Dylan, I'm in room 1. I'll go to the door when you get here.
Here's a good topic. No game sound. There is game sound, Barry. Can you not hear it? As far as I'm talking, can you not hear the music? There is game sound. It's very loud, actually. Like, it's killing my ears. No, Kyle, seriously, like Barry will pop in at the weirdest times usually. I think the funniest times are usually like when I'm going to end a stream, like Barry will just pop out of nowhere, you know. It's insanely quiet. I guess it depends, because sometimes I have it too loud and like Rinku will say like, oh, it's too loud and I can't hear you. And other times they'll be like, oh, it's actually too soft and I can't hear the game. So it's just I'm trying to find that balance, you know, because some people don't like hearing the game too loud, and some don't like hearing like me get drowned out by the game too much, you know. So I'm always trying to find that good balance. Like I tried ducking, but it was like not working correctly. Like it was like taking the volume down too far. Even like when I tried to like test it higher, it was not like doing like I wanted it to. Like it was like just taking the game audio completely away. And on another video, I was trying to talk and my voice kept like, I tried like a noise gate and it kept like messing my voice up too much. I was like, I hear the game just fine. Yeah, Barry usually has, I think his volume is lower. But yes, Barry, it is a Charlie's Angels game on GameCube. Yes, the notorious Charlie's Angels game on GameCube. That the world-renowned 10 out of 10 game that won accolade after accolade back in the 2000s, you know. Like this game was like sought after by fans everywhere, you know. Like Knight said, this is like a button mashing. God, I wish I had a counter on here that could count how many times you press buttons on the controller, because I've literally just been smashing A and B. Hang on, wait. A and Y the entire time, and it is terrible. Kyle's like the audio, yeah, the audio for the old games are not good, you know. And that's the funny thing about it though. Like, what, 20 years ago, this was like seen as like the game audio was seen as fine. The gameplay not so much. The game audio was fine. 20 years later, you look back on it, it's like, God, this is actually kind of bad, you know. Yeah, it is like the definition of beat them up. It is, you're beating up 50,000 men and like 20 women. There's like 50,000 men and 20 women in this game that you beat up. Barry, it's like, I was at the fact my niece played this and I played it when she got stuck on something. I don't remember anyone talking about this game before or after. Yeah, it's not a very good game, Barry. But I'm committed to like finishing games. Like this year, I'm actually committed to finishing games I play, even if they're bad. The only notorious one that I'm still debating about is Rinku's Quest 64. They want me to finish that game. Oh wow, I got thrown. And I just, God, RPGs are hard to play, especially randomized RPGs like that, you know. Yeah, kick that chair or whatever it did to you. Yes, they do glitch a lot. And that's actually kind of good. Like Legend of Zelda, the old Legend of Zelda games, you can actually like skip a large portion of the games by glitching a lot in those. Like there are some old games I do like glitching in. God, that reminds me, actually, there was an old game I glitched in and I could never recreate it. What was it? And I actually, I skipped the final boss fight, Perfect Dark Zero. Yes, Barry, I'm on YouTube and Twitch. Kyle is on YouTube side. Usually I would have a chat box on screen, but it's not, the text isn't aligning correctly like I want it to. I'll cut it on right now to see how it works, but usually it doesn't work correctly. Or it looks weird right now, so I cut it off right now. But let me cut it on so you can at least see what Kyle is saying, and it should pop up. But yeah, Kyle is my YouTube, one of my YouTube followers I've known for a few years now, actually. Yeah, see, it does like that. Yeah, I was talking to Kyle, like you and Knight are on Twitch, and then Kyle is on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not talking to myself there, not that crazy yet. You know, I'm getting older, but I'm not that crazy yet. So, no, Barry, I put the chat on screen. Put the chat on screen, so you should see it now when it pops up. Yeah, I was not talking to myself. There's not a ghost in here named Kyle, you know. It's like, hey, who are you talking to? Like, oh, it's my imaginary friend Kyle here in the corner, you know. No, I've known Kyle for a few years now. Yeah, Kyle's my only YouTube here. Hopefully this year we will get more YouTube viewers. Usually I need to find a way to like make YouTube cleaner. It's like there's certain things I don't like with YouTube. Like when I stream, what it does, it sends out a notification after the stream, like I want to make it a full video. I don't. And so not everybody watches the YouTube side really. I just gotta watch some YouTube videos on how to clean up my YouTube streams, you know. I'm trying to get, cause I do have frequent YouTubers. They're usually only involved when I upload some of the Hedgehog stuff though. Like some of my YouTube followers, if I make like a community post, they'll actually comment on that though. Like, hey guys, you know, look at this new Something Hedgehog statue I bought. They'll actually comment on that and I actually know who it is. When it comes to streams and stuff, they don't really show up that much, you know. And it could be because they don't know. Because YouTube doesn't have a schedule setting on there that I know of. But like I said, I'll check on that stuff this weekend. Yeah, I mean, I stream for fun, Barry. It's weird you have like 8K subs and I'm the only YouTube viewer. That's what I'm saying. Like, I have close to like 8.5 users, but like Kyle's the only like person who will actually jump to a stream, you know. And again, I think because most just don't know. Like I said, there's no real schedule, you know. But it's fine. I mean, I don't get upset about it. You know, it would be nice to have more. But like, kind of like Barry, like leading off what Barry said, at this point, it's like I want more, but I don't really care. But not in the sense I want to like I want my stuff to be like tacky, but I don't care for like the numbers too much anymore. Like when I was first streaming and stuff, yeah, it was kind of sad. Like, oh, I don't have anybody watch my streams, you know. But after a while, you find some of your most dedicated people aren't the ones who like you find better people with smaller streams. You know, like you find like your Kyle's, Golden Hex that came in like 2 days ago. Golden Hex is very good about that. I met Teletron through streaming. You know, it was a very small stream, and I met Teletron through my stream. And Teletron's a very good friend now. I actually met Teletron at a convention. Teletron is actually very nice. You know, and he found me. I think we were playing like, I think it was like what, Resident Evil or something. He liked my stuff. He stayed around. And we met like I think like, what was it, Twilight? We played Dead Rising and Twilight showed up, and Twilight was very, very good at that game. Like Twilight knew everything about Dead Rising, you know. So it has its pros and cons, you know.
Come on now.
Like I swear, it's just button mashing. Like I said, I need a hyper controller. And like, but the thing is too, some of my best streams are like when I'm playing like Haku or something. Like say if I'm playing Haku and like in Tekken or something, those are very fun streams. So I get very heated fighting games. Or like when I play Rinku in Tekken, because they don't stop low kicking me and I can't counter it for some reason. I'm very terrible at low blocking. You know, there's like I have over 100 followers on Twitch, but none of them watch. Yeah, none of them watch like I got most of mine during when I streamed games from Brazil actually. My biggest stream ever was when I streamed Songs for a Hero. It was a Brazilian game from a Brazilian studio, and they asked me would I stream it for them, and I did. And the producer actually, or the director actually, posted about my stream on his Twitter, and a ton of followers came to my stream. It was like that night I had over like 400 people in the stream, and it was so fun. But it was also very crazy because I could not keep up with the people talking. You know, that was very fun. That was very fun. And like I said, because while I was streaming, the game staff was in my stream with me, and they were talking to me. Yeah, Barry, it's a bad game, Barry. I'm sorry. She randomly dances if you don't touch anything. But yeah, they talked to me and stuff, and it was very fun. And I would like to get back to that point eventually, and that's just sticking to like streaming regularly. But I think I do better, like I said, when I do like multiplayer games with like Knight and Haku and stuff, or if I do what do you call it, niche games like this. Like we got some good people when I streamed the Bratz game. for GameCube. You know, we had that guy, those people that one night they were like, hey, we had this bet or something, and we just wanted to see Bratz. We like Bratz. And like I was the only person streaming Bratz that night, you know, which it just worked out that way, you know. So I think in playing like games like this can work out in the long run. And Kyle's like, you had a raid. It wasn't technically a raid, Kyle. It was kind of like a raid, but because usually a raid is like, you know, if I know Knight's gonna stream, I'll just see you guys tonight stream. You know, I gotta figure out how to do that on here. But in that case, it was more they just like posted my link on their Twitter page and everybody just followed that link. You know, I didn't get a raid alert for it. People just started joining with that. But it's like I haven't watched that movie in years. Which movie? Charlie's Angels? You haven't watched Charlie's Angels in years? I've never watched Charlie's Angels.
Good morning, Angels.
Good morning, Charlie.
Good news. We now know where the next theft is supposed to occur. Bosley will outline his plan.
Our CIA contacts have informed us that Foster has been in close contact
Got
with Jim
fake
Cho,
Bernie
a
Mac.
highly placed official in the Chinese army. This same Cho is also supervising the surveillance of the Forbidden City, which has been sealed off to tourism since the thefts began.
Foster must have paid him well.
How can a man pawn off his own country's heritage?
Probably an offshore account.
We must prevent the theft of the Emperor's throne, located in the heart of the Forbidden City. Even protected by local security personnel, our thieves will have to act fast.
If Cho has the city locked down, we'll need to get in undetected.
And get to the Emperor's throne before Foster does.
Looks like dim sum is out of the question.
Just once, I'd like to see more of a foreign country than its military bases, abandoned compounds, and dive bars.
Come home safely, Angels, and the fortune cookies are on me.
If we had your address, Charlie, we could send you a postcard.
Save the stamp, Angels. Just find the Emperor's throne and finish off Foster.
The voice acting in this game is so bad. I'm sorry. The voice direction, let me change it. The voice direction is bad. Who the heck is Charlie, actually? I never watched Charlie's Angels, but I've always wondered that, because in the show, I don't think they ever met Charlie. He's always the voice in the box. Like, I don't think they never introduced who he was in the show ever. It's just, oh, here's this guy in this voice box that sends us on missions, you know. Yeah, here we go. Charlie was an old veteran guy. Okay. I mean, did they ever show him though, or was he just like a voice in the box? This is one of those games that you would find in a skating rink in the 90s that I would just give up on. This is a quarter eater beat 'em up game. You know, like I said, we had back in the 90s, we had those beat 'em up games, and that's what they were originally meant for. They were meant to eat quarters. You know, kind of like the old Simpsons game and the old TMNT game back in the 90s. They were meant to like eat quarters. And as a kid, you know, I always fell for it. It's like, oh, I'm gonna play this game. My dad gave me like $1 worth of quarters, you know. I can get to like the third boss stage and I die. And I just gotta stop right there, you know. But as a kid, you have fun with it, you know. I look back on it, I had fun. You know, kinda like when I used to play is that M. Bison? It is M. Bison. What is he doing in this game? Kind of like back when I used to play games like, what was it? Cruising the World USA. I used to love that game. I actually got the highest score in my college town years and years ago. And I was so happy. I got the high score. And they actually, they left it on there for a few months actually. And then they finally reset it, you know, because they reset those boards after so many months, you know, or weeks. But he actually kept it on there for me for a good bit. But then that's when I got into DDR and Pump It Up, you know. I'm a huge DDR fan, you know. And the good thing is too about aging, I'm gonna say I still look relatively young, kinda. Like I'm older, but I don't look like I'm like this 50-year-old person like some of my friends I grew up with look like. You know, so when I go to like Dave and Buster's, I can still play DDR without it looking too weird, you know. You know, now I do want to lose some weight. My dream is to get my, I would love to get some abs, but like I said, I can play DDR and it doesn't look too weird. Like, oh man, here's this 50-year-old man. I'm not 50, I'm just saying, like, this guy who looks like he's 50 playing DDR. It doesn't make sense. I don't look 50, why am I saying it? But anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. You know, some people look old when they play certain games, and DDR is one of those games that would look kind of weird if you saw an 80-year-old man playing DDR. Yeah, that is recent, Barry. Those pictures you see on Facebook are technically kind of recent. Like I don't, you know, I kind of look the same. It's an old saying says too, which is like, I don't like, my parents laugh when I say it, you know, black don't crack a whole lot. It depends on stress too. Like I literally have not changed. I take care of my face. Like I'm very self-conscious about my face, you know. So I try to take care of my face and stuff, you know, so. But yeah, I still look relatively young. I still get carded some places, you know, so that's a good thing, I guess. You know, they'll be like, sir, can I see your ID? Like, here you go, you know. You know, Barry's like, I mean, that saying doesn't hold up for, that saying, Barry, does not hold up for, like, there are some people out there, they do crack. Like that's one saying I like to say, you know, because, you know, a lot of the friends I went to high school with, they look super old though. Like I have some friends who are the same age or younger than me, and they look like they're 50, and they're not, you know. But again, it's stress and stuff like that, and that could be having kids. I don't know. A lot of my friends in high school, they all had kids now, but some friends still look the same. You know, my old roommate Aaron, I saw him this past weekend. He looks the exact same, honestly. We hung out this past weekend. He looks the exact same as we did in college. You know, only thing is he does change a lot though. Sometimes he'll have a beard, sometimes he won't have a beard. He juggles that a lot. Some places like Dollar General, they have to scan. Really, why? I got rid of once because I can usually tell when the person is clearly old enough, 5, 6. You actually have to scan the driver's license? That's stupid. Wrinkles and either balding or white gray hair, they're old enough. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of my friends, they are like super old now. They look super old, they look super old. Like I have one friend, he has wrinkles and he looks like age just slapped him like a hot cold fish, you know. And that's not making fun of him, I'm just saying he looks old now. Thankfully, I still only have one gray hair in my head. What is this outfit? This outfit looks very trashy. It's like Steven Universe if he didn't have Steven Universe or something like that. Star shirt. You know, it would be funny. Steven Universe technically could work as a beat 'em up game. They have enough gems. I mean, technically, they could do a beat 'em up game with Steven Universe. Something the big wigs have demanded. Yeah, it's kind of like I said earlier in this stream. Like I bought some cards from Walmart today, and they were priced as $5, like literally up under them with the SKU, but they were actually $20. Here's M. Bison in the corner right there, and I couldn't return them, and they told me that's your store policy. Even though I had bought them within 1 minute and trying to return it, they were like, you can't return like trading cards, and I was like, that's kind of stupid, you know. Like I literally just bought. You watch me buy these basically. You know, they can't return them though. But you know, I left a bad review. I doubt I'll hear back from them though. But you know, I'm very notorious about leaving bad reviews. Not because I'm a bad person. It's like that's a bad policy. A Steven Universe fighting game, it could work. Like Kyle's right. Steven Universe has enough characters. They could do a fighting game. They could do a kart racer. Which no, don't do a kart racer. A fighting game or a beat 'em up game could work with Steven Universe, because you got Steven, you got Future Steven, you have, you know, Garnet, Amethyst, Pearl, you have the diamonds, you know, you could put them in the game in some way. They could be like unlockable characters. You have, you know, Emerald, pretty much any gemstone you can name as a character for it, you know. You could easily do a fighting game with the main cast, which would be kind of fun, you know. But Steven Universe 2 is like, I don't know. I don't see his fan base buying it, and I don't see fighting games getting into Steven Universe. Don't buy them from Walmart. If you can find them at Dollar General, get them there. Yeah, from now on, Barry, I'm going to do that. The only reason I got them from Walmart today, Barry, because it said it was $5, and I was like, that's a killer deal, you know. But again, when I looked at the receipt, it was not the price they charged. It was $20 they charged me for it, and I was like, that's stupid. Kind of like a game like Overwatch. Yeah, Overwatch could like benefit from a fighting game. You know, Tracer could be like a rushdown character. A character like Doomfist or Reinhardt would be like a heavy grappler. It could work. Barry, it was not a booster. It was a League of Legends Riftbound Jinx set. It was the League of Legends Riftbound, the Jinx set. It had in the aisle it was in, of under the cards, it had $5, but that was just for, I'm guessing, the single packs. But they were sold out. They've been sold out for weeks. But they had all of Jinx's deck on top of the $5 price, and so I thought, oh, it's $5. It must be like on sale, and nobody wanted this because they've been sitting here for weeks. So I assumed nobody wanted them, and they went on sale. But the woman told me, no, that's actually for the single packs. They've just been sold out. And I'm like, well, this set doesn't have a price anywhere. How am I supposed to know this then? Because there's no price anywhere. But they don't return it, you know. So it's just kind of stupid. You could try to make your own game. I'm going to do that, Kyle. Money is kind of tight right now because I got the house payments, you know. It's a little different than when I had an apartment. When I had an apartment, I had extra money to spend. You know, kind of like I had like an extra cushion of money to spend. Where it's like, oh, I got extra, you know, $300 I can spend this month. Now, that extra $300 goes to a mortgage payment, you know. But speaking of a game to work on, there's a guy, he made a model of Jinx from League of Legends, the arcane model, and it's very good, and he's selling it right now. And I want to buy it because he says if you buy it, you can like put it in a fan game if you want to. I would love to try to like make a like either a platform game or an adventure game using that Jinx model, you know. Of course I have to work with Unreal, but he says it should work in there, and I kind of want to use it, you know, and do that. But I think the model costs $75, and I just don't have that extra money right now. I may have it next week, but I couldn't buy it this week though because I had to buy. I'm still recovering from Christmas funds. Basically, I bought like a I got a mattress for Christmas, but I needed another piece that was like another $150. So I had to buy it, and I bought me a sander for my cosplays. And so I'm kind of out of extra funds this week. And so next paycheck, hopefully I can get that Jinx model, and maybe I can work on it on stream some, maybe, you know, like do a stream where it's like, oh, we're gonna work on a model. But then again, like I told Knight and the others, I don't know. It's kind of hard. I want to stick to whatever game I'm playing and not jump off topic too much. Maybe have like a weekend, like just chatting, working on modeling stream, maybe, you know. But yeah, Kyle, I love Jinx too. Jinx is like my favorite League of Legends character. Like there's something about those characters built like her that I like. Jinx is amazing. Riku's like, so no money for Mexican food this week. Riku, I actually thought we were gonna get Mexican food yesterday, but I wasn't sure. I thought we were gonna do it on Friday. But Riku, I still have some money set aside for food. So if you find a day you want to do Mexican, let me know. Like I have money for food. Yes. Barry says a lot of red tape issues, IPs. That sounds like a lot of red tape issues since the IP belongs to Riot. Yeah, they said that it's the vendors that price the cards like that, Barry. Walmart says they can't touch the pricing. It's not up to them. It's not even up to them like what gets stocked and how the aisle looks. They can't touch it basically, which is stupid in my opinion. That makes no sense. Why would you have an aisle that you couldn't touch? That's stupid. Kyle, I'm 100% tacos. Burritos are evil. I never liked burritos. I have bad memories of them in middle school. I'm a taco person. But no, me and Rinku usually hit up this Mexican place, you know, so I can like spill tea or chit chat. But no, Rinku, seriously, let me know next time you want to go to a Mexican place and we'll go get Mexican food. Like I said, I thought we were gonna go yesterday, but I'm good whenever. But yeah, I'm 100% taco person. I don't know what a quesadilla is. Are those nachos? Hang on, no. I take that back because Rinku gets on to me when I say that. Quesadillas are like, what are quesadillas? Hang on, I need to look that up, bro. What's a quesadilla? No, Rinku, that's why I said stop. That's why I said, give me a second. I said stop. That's why I know I messed up when I said that. I know I messed up. Quesadilla is cheese in a soft tortilla. Hang on, okay. Quesadilla is cheese in a soft tortilla. And tortillas are nachos with cheese, right? Yes. I learned that too. Because I always call it nachos, but no, tortillas are... Okay, Barry, I'll still be here. It's like you and me. I'm sorry, Rick, you know how bad I am when it comes to certain foods. Like, I forget stuff. And I'm trying to give you an aneurysm. I'm really not. It's kind of like for me, I give Rinku aneurysms when I mention food stuff because I'm very bad at remembering like what foods are. Haku, I get upset when I don't remember like what like color hairstyles certain people have. It's kind of like when I was playing Tekken. I think one of the girls, like Anna or something, she has like brunette hair, and I said I like girls with like red hair, and Haku's like, you do know brunette's not red, and I'm like, oh, you know. I like redheads, Kyle. I've always been my favorite like combination is like a red-headed freckle person. I like freckles. I mean, actually, I like any color hair with freckles, but I'm a very big freckle person. I'm also a very big redhead person. I also like women who are shorter than me also, because I like feeling tall, and I like getting things off high shelves for them. This is my favorite thing to do, actually. It's like getting things off high shelves for short people. It's very fun. The only bad thing about being so tall, though, you hit your head on a lot of stuff, though. So you just gotta brace for that. But another good thing of being tall too, I can see when everybody's like in the office where I work at. Like I can see it over the cubicle walls. So I can see if you come in late or when you come in and stuff back from lunch. Like I don't look at people when they come back in because they're so short you can't see who it is usually. But me, I can like literally look and see like, oh, it's so and so coming in right now, you know. But I don't care. Like as long as you don't mess with me, you can come in late. I could care less. When I first started working there, I did. It's like it didn't seem like it was like very fair. Like, oh, so and so just took like a 2-hour lunch, you know. But now it's like I could care less, you know. You don't mess with me, I don't mess with you. Because I had one guy, and this is not trying to rat on anybody because nobody knows who I work with. He went on lunch at 11 o'clock. He did not come back into the office until 2:30. You know, he literally just walked back in and sat down. Of course, this was during the holidays when we weren't very busy, but it did kind of bugged me a little bit that you could leave and come back that late. It's like, dude, you've been gone for like, what, 3 hours? Like, seriously, come on now, you know? But again, it's one of those things where, you know, you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you, so, you know. It's how you kind of have to do it at work. He was just gone. I mean, that's just how he is. I know how he is. He's a fine enough person, but like, knowing how he is, he was just gone, just out and about, you know, for 3 hours. Oh, and again, I mean, there is a lot of abuse of the system like that, but it's one of those things too where, you know, you don't want to say anything because if you get them in trouble, you're gonna get everybody else in trouble, basically. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, when everybody gets punished for something, basically, you know, so you don't want to do that. Because I had that happen before too, where it's like, oh, you guys, somebody did this, well, now everybody's gonna get punished for this, you know, and it's like, I'm just gonna stay quiet, you know. I don't want to get punished or whatever, you know. Because the good thing is, like, my boss is very lenient when it comes to lunches, and I don't want to like mess that up. Like, we're not like some friends that are like, you know, they get judged very harshly on their time. Like, you know, if they come back in like within like 2 minutes late, they get in trouble for it, you know. So it's, yeah, like I said, yeah, you can't change the outfits in this game, Kyle, but every stage they get a new outfit though, basically, you know. They said there aren't any cheat codes for this game either. The only one that I'm actually using is Infinite Lives, because I could not see myself like wanting to do this game forever. I think the only cheat codes are Infinite Lives in this game for action replay. That's also something else a lot of people probably don't know about. I really miss action replay days, like back in the GameCube and PS2 and stuff, when you could buy like an action replay that gives you all those cheat codes. I miss those days. Like, you don't see games with cheat codes nowadays, really. And I really miss those days. Those are so fun, you know. Like, oh, let me unlock all these extra characters from the beginning and stuff like that. Nowadays, I don't think cheat codes, they do that. Like I said, when I get some more money, I said there's more games I want to buy. I need to buy more multiplayer games. Like I said, there was a few that Night showed me I need to get. I just gotta save some money up so I can get those. Like I said, I have fun with multiplayer games. I want to play Phasmophobia in VR, but I'm so scared of that game. I don't know if I can do it though. Kyle says there still are cheat codes. Really? Interesting. I did not know this. Like I said, I do want to play some more VR games. So I have a lot of games on Quest. I just haven't had time to play it because the only bad thing about playing VR games that I struggle with is when it comes to a stream, I can't see what you guys are saying in VR. So if I ever want to stream VR games, I can't see what you guys are saying. So it kind of bites a little bit. Kyle says they usually unlock stuff in games with their own money. I got you. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Kyle. Yeah, you got those kind, yeah. But yeah, I got some VR games I really want to play. Like there's Deadpool VR. I really want to try it eventually. I think Resident Evil in VR. I don't think they put it on PC yet though, but I did want to try it. Like I said, there's several VR games. I still need to finish Half-Life on VR because it's actually very good. I never did get to finish it though. And like I said, next week we're gonna try to beat Silent Hill next week, so I can move on to the next game. I would play Digimon, but Digimon is such a big game. There's no way I can finish that game in like a week or 2 weeks. It's gonna take too long. I think you can link the chat. Really? I'm gonna look into it this weekend. If I can do that, that would help a lot. If I could have like a chat screen in the VR headset, because otherwise it's just I can't do it, you know. Because what I have to do, I have to stream from my VR headset to my PC, and there's not a way to stream from your PC to your VR headset. Kyle says, which Digimon? Digimon's Time Strangers. Digimon Story Time Strangers. Like, I have it and I've been enjoying it, but it's a game I can't stream it though, because it's such a big game. Because like I said, this year, what I'm trying to do is like whatever game I'm streaming, I'm trying to finish it to completion now. So like, say if I stream this game this Friday, if I don't finish it today, I'm gonna stream it next Friday until I can finish it, and then move on to the next game. Because I think that does better, I've read online, than jumping games and coming back to this game 2 months later. So like Digimon Time Strangers, it's such a big game. The way you have to play and level up, there's no way I can beat that game in a month. Even a month, I probably couldn't beat that game. Like, I would have to sit there and grind hard to get through there. The only way I could probably do it though is like if I had like a mod file. If I could mod one Digimon to be max level, that would help a lot to help push to the story. Because like right now, it's one of those games where you have to grind for bosses. This game is much harder than the first Digimon Story. The bosses in this game, they actually tear your cheeks up. Like I just fought the second boss a few weeks ago, and it was brutal. It was like a 25-minute fight, you know. I was struggling. Kyle says, I saw the Time Strangers trailer. It's very good. If you never played a Digimon game, Kyle, I would say it is very good. But it is super hard though. Like much harder than the first game. But like I said, I want to play it, and it's just like RPGs will just take too long to beat, you know. Unless it's like an old school Pokemon game. Like RPGs take such a long time. You gotta dedicate to those games, you know. Even action games. I need to actually finish Stellar Blade. I can probably do that on stream now. I haven't beat it yet. I can probably do that next time. Like beat Silent Hill and then go ahead and finish Stellar Blade. I never did beat it yet. So I can go ahead and uninstall it from my PC, because I try to make more room. I have so many games just sitting on my PC. I need to go ahead and beat that game. It's very fun. I love Stellar Blade. Kyle's like, I only played Digimon World. Oh god, dude, Dusk was good. I freaking love Digimon World Dusk. That's actually the one I had, Kyle. Me and my sister, I think we bought Dawn and Dusk. And she got Dawn and I bought Dusk. I forget for what reason I got Dusk, but yeah. I love Digimon World Dusk. The DS games were actually very good. Like next to Digimon World 3 and Digimon Story, I want to say Dusk is my favorite game. Like Digimon World 3, Digimon Story, Cyber Sleuth are like my favorite Digimon games out there. Like I freaking love Digimon World 3, but Dusk was amazing. Who keeps hitting me from out of the blue? No reason. Like I said, Digimon World Dusk is like my favorite Digimon games, and like Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Crystal, and I think Pokemon Alpha Sapphire are some of my favorite Pokemon games. I really like Alpha Sapphire. I also like Pokemon Black. I like Pokemon, not Black, Diamond. I like Digimon Diamond. Very fun game. Mostly because of Arceus was in there. I love Arceus. Like he's like my favorite Pokemon. I love Arceus, but the remake was not that good. I could never finish it, honestly. I hate these fat Sumo just get a free hit, and when they come out the map, they just kind of come out of nowhere. Pokemon Black and White. Black and White weren't bad, but I like Diamond and Pearl more. Like I said, I've played every Digimon game. The only Digimon game I could not bring myself to finish was Sun and Moon. I just could not get into it. I could not finish Sun and Moon for some reason. Like something about that game. I like the characters, and stuff like that. It's something about the Digimon, the Pokemon I didn't care for in that game. I may need to play it one day, just go ahead and finish it, but I didn't care for it. One of my favorite Pokemon games lately was I like Sword and Shield, and I liked Sword and Shield. I liked, oh my god, I liked the Arceus. Legend Arceus is really good. But like I said, for this stream, now let me just go ahead and say it. We're going to get out of China, and we'll probably stop there for tonight. Because I think every game story ends with the boss fight, so I just kind of want to get out of China first, and then we'll stop. We'll probably have to come back to finish this game. I'm pretty sure one more stream we can probably finish this game. Because I'm hoping that we can. I'm not sure how long it is. Kyle's like, I feel like Digimon is cooler than Pokemon. It is, Kyle. There's no question about that. Digimon is much cooler than Pokemon. Because Digimon, there's Pokemon ZA. Yeah, I like ZA. I'm actually playing ZA right now. It's actually it's not bad. Like, I know people give it like a lot of heck and stuff like that. ZA is actually kind of fun. The only thing is, the amount of money Nintendo has, I will say this, they could invest in voice acting and making the stages look a little bit better, because they put the least effort into those two things. The only thing is, people don't understand, Pokemon fans don't buy the games for graphics or voice acting. They buy it because they want to catch the same Pokemon 50,000 times in each game. Like, every game it's like, oh, I'm going to catch a Pidgey or whatever the bird Pokemon is for that game. And like, it's no different. It's the same thing every game. Like, oh, I'm going to catch a Pikachu. I'm going to catch a Pikachu in Arceus. I'm going to catch a Pikachu in ZA. I'm going to catch a Pikachu in Black. I'm going to catch a Pikachu in Sword and Shield. It's the same thing. You buy the games every time for the exact same experience. You're catching the exact same thing in the exact same balls every single game, you know, which is fine. That's what the game's built on. And they all have stories behind it. I just wish they would invest more into voice acting at this point. After almost 30 years, you should have some voice acting in your games. Imagine if Final Fantasy Remake didn't have voice acting. Imagine how crazy that game would be without voice acting. Kyle's like, how do you feel about Megas? I like Megas. I like Mega Gardevoir. Now, some Megas look stupid. I will say that. Some Megas look just stupid. Like Mega Gardevoir looks pretty cool. She gets a just giant dress. She looks amazing. Mega Gyarados, it looks okay. You know, Mega Charizard, X and Y, they both look kind of cool. But then you get some that look really stupid, like Mega Fraligator. To me, he looks stupid, but I still use him though, kind of like Fraligator, you know. But that's just how it is, like I said. And after 30 years, like I said, after 30 years, it's fine. I'm just saying that, you know, you could invest in voice acting at this point. Because, I mean, people, they'll joke with you saying, well, can't you read? I can read. But still, there are certain cutscenes that I think you could have better emotions if the characters are actually voicing it out instead of just, you know, their mouths just moving quietly. Mega Dragonite looks weird, Kyle. I will say that. He looks stupid to me. I'm sorry. He just gets these giant, like, ear wings, you know. It looks kind of dumb. But you can't hate Dragonite, though, because he has such a cute face to him, you know. But if it was like in real life and I had a Dragonite, I'd be like, buddy, I gotta tell you this, you look weird, but you're so cute, I can't be mad at you though, you know. But you do look weird, buddy. I'm sorry. And he probably wouldn't care, you know. But like Kyle said though, Digimon is kind of cooler than Pokemon, because like when Pokemon evolve, they usually just like turn to a bigger version of what they are, like, you know. Except Gyarados. Gyarados just turns like a giant dragonfish, but you know. Starmie, Raichu, they just get bigger. With Digimon, you can go from a cute little green lizard to like this machine gun toting jet plane. You know, Digimon has some weird transformations, you know. Like I remember as a kid, like watching Digimon, and you see Agumon turn into Ward Greymon for the first time. That was insane. It's like, what is he going to turn into this time? You know, it's like Ward Greymon. Like, holy crap, this looks awesome. You know, like this is cool. But then of course, you find out that they, you know, they censor the anime very heavily as a kid too. So there's a lot of stuff, you know, you found they censor. It's like, oh, you know. 'Cause I was kind of surprised they did leave some stuff in there. I don't know if they referred to it as the Mark of the Beast, but like, cause I think my oldest one in the first season, he actually digivolved, or he came back to life when the clocks hit 666. And I can't remember what they said something in the anime about that. I forget what they said. They were like something about that time. I don't know if they said it's a Mark of the Beast or what. I was like, there's a sushi fish Pokemon. Yeah. He's a sushi. I know the one you're talking about, Kyle. Yeah, he is sushi basically. Like I said, you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff in Digimon. Digimon, they don't ever turn into anything that dumb usually. Like every Digimon has a good transformation. The funniest ones though, like lately, like back in the 90s, you get stuff like War Greymon and Middle Garurumon. Nowadays, Digimon, you get a lot more human forms that people get freaked out about, saying like, I didn't know Digimon could turn to humans. Like they always could, you just didn't know about it, you know. Kind of like Gatomon turns into Angel Woman, you know, and people are like, what the heck? She's hot. Like, yeah, there's a lot of weird things in Digimon you don't know about, you know. There are a ton of human transformations nowadays, you know. There's actually a movie, one of the OVAs, where Agumon, he gets a human girlfriend. Well, technically she's a Digimon, but she looks like a human. I think her name is Rhythm. She looks 100% like a human. You'd never know. But it's his girlfriend in the anime, you know. I think it's based on season 5. The guy that it's the one that the guy he actually punched at Digimon. People that Digimon Savers, I think is what it's called. First, I forget what the seasons are called. I think it's like Digimon Tamers, and then Saviors is 5, Frontiers is 4. Yeah, they're all weird. Yeah, Angemon was very weird. I'm surprised they didn't censor her when it came out originally, because she's wearing like what? Like she has like one legging and almost like a free leg. Back in, I mean, I'm very surprised. False Kids back in the day usually would censor things like that, but they never did. Kyle says, yes, Saver. Okay. See, it's good. It's a good thing Kyle knows about Digimon too. Yeah, because season 3 was Tamers, season 4 was Frontiers, 5 was Savers, and then I kind of lost track of the names after that. But I know the stories kind of. You know, it's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, first season is just Yu-Gi-Oh. Second season is GX. Then it goes to 5Ds. Then it's Zexal, and it just starts getting crazy after that. You know, 5Ds is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh series. I know it just jumped from Pokemon to Digimon to Yu-Gi-Oh, but I really love 5Ds. It's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh series out there, besides the first one. Kyle's like, I love Frontier. Frontier had a very fun intro song. The only thing I didn't like about Frontiers is, and I had somebody discuss this with me one time, yes, they were kids, but of all the series, I think they got their butts handed to them the most of all series I've watched. Especially like when the Royal Knights showed up, they got beat the crap up every episode. The Royal Knights tore them to pieces. Yeah, 5Ds is cool because of bikes, and people use like, and again, 5Ds came out back when anime was still kind of like niche a little bit. And I remember going to a small anime convention at a college one time, and Little Karibo was there actually, and they were like just having the most fun making fun of 5Ds because it hadn't come out yet. But it was that joke of like, you know, car games on motorcycles, just making fun of it though, you know. But it hadn't come out yet though. Okay, this is just stupid. Still, but it's a very, Digimon 5Ds is very good. The Signer battles, yes, were very good. The Signer battles and the final fight with what was his name, like Zono, he was good. Like when he when you say summon what was it? It's Quasar Shooting Star Dragon, I think is how you pronounce it. Or Quasar Shooting Dragon. That was amazing. That's an amazing transformation right there. But like I said, yeah, 5Ds is good. It's also my favorite. Like I said, it's like one of the last, I think, 2000s kind of animes, like before anime became popular. And there's nothing wrong with anime becoming popular, but like it's really hard to explain to younger people like what it means, like when anime became popular. I'm talking about like stuff like back when FYE was around and Suncoast. Because like I said, I'm like in that age where what was it? What's that anime called? They had a weird fan base, like Hetalia, I think. I don't know anything about Hetalia. I did have one friend. She was super into Hetalia. We don't talk anymore though. But she used to be super into that series. But I'm pretty sure now she probably would like complain that she didn't like it. I remember, like I said, we don't talk as much anymore. She did see my parents a few months ago. She said hi, but I mean we were friends on Facebook. Like we don't talk though. Like I said, there's a lot of college friends I don't talk to anymore. Kyle's like, I feel like they admitted it. Well, they admitted it because they didn't know how to deal with it. You know, the Shadow Realm technically was like in the manga. The Shadow Realm was technically supposed to be like hell, basically, or the afterlife. So when somebody's like, I'm going to send you to the Shadow Realm, they were basically saying, I'm going to kill you. And when it came to American version, they had to kind of edit that out by just saying like, oh, you're just going to get banished to the Shadow Realm. But technically it was like, you were literally killing somebody if you sent them there. But of course they couldn't like have kids, you know, telling their friends, I'm going to send you to the Shadow Realm, wanting to kill you. You know, a lot of kids also don't understand that Yu-Gi-Oh was a very dark series when it first started. Like season 1 is super dark. Like Yu-Gi actually killed people in the first series. But not many fans know that. Like when the show first started, I think one of his first fights was with a bully. He made them. What was the first bully? I think the very first bully he made go crazy because he was Let me think. The first bully, like I think he was trying to like gamble or trick Yugi out of money or something like that, and he was trying. I know what it was. He was trying to like give Yugi protection because he had bullies. Because in the first series, Joey and Tristan were actually bullies to Yugi. You know, they actually picked on him in the first series, in the first few episodes. And the bully said, I'll protect you, Yugi, if you give me money. But what the bully does, he actually goes and beats the crap out of Joey and Tristan and comes back to Yugi saying, look what I did for you. I beat these guys up for you. And Yugi's like, well, I didn't want you to do that. I want to be friends with these guys. And he's like, why? Like, they were mean to you. And Yugi's just like, well, I don't want to hurt anybody. And the guy's like, well, you owe me so much money for actually making me beat these guys up for you. And Yugi's like, well, I don't have the money. And the guy threatens Yugi with a knife saying, I'm going to cut you if you don't pay me the money. And so Yugi's granddad gives him the money and he doesn't tell his granddad, but that same night he finishes the puzzle. And this is back when Yugi was not an Egyptian god, I don't think. I forget how it worked. And the pharaoh or the game spirit, like again, a lot of animes, if you watch like stuff like Naruto and stuff, I don't think they plan things out in the long run. I've talked about this before in the past streams. I don't think Yugi was meant to be an Egyptian god or pharaoh. I don't think. I think he was just a game master back in the day, because he comes out, he fights the guy, and what was the first thing they had to do? I think it was the first game. He gave him a knife, and Yugi. Another game was you put a stack of bills on your hand, and you use a knife to stab the stack of bills. And when you pull it up, however many bills you had, you get to keep. And the danger of the game, though, was when you got so far into the bills, the loser would eventually stab themselves. And whoever stabs themselves loses. And the guy, they compete for a while. And the guy says, well, why don't I just use this knife to kill you and take all the money? But when he does that, Yugi's like, well, you broke the rules, so you get a punishment game. And he makes the guy, he breaks the guy's mind and makes him go crazy. Kyle's like, yeah, Yugi, yeah, they eventually went with that story where Yugi is the reincarnation of the original pharaoh Yugi. But like I said, the original story, like he did kill several people. I know one guy he made go deaf. I know there was a criminal in one of the early chapters in the manga he set on fire and it killed him. He made another guy blow himself up, and he made a group of some old gangsters Joey used to hang out with. He made them stand in a puddle of water and drop a taser that was set to max in the water, and I'm pretty sure they died too. And it's really funny because the manga never touches on this though. Like after they kill somebody, they never touch on it though. You know, they just kind of skip over it. You know, like, oh, Yugi, why are these 5 bodies in this water twitching right now? Oh, don't worry about that. We're just gonna forget about that right now. But like Kyle said, after the first season, they stopped talking about the Shadow Realm. I think after they beat Merrick, that was kind of like the end of the Shadow Realm arc, really. I think Merrick was the literal incarnation of evil tied to the Shadow Realm. And so after the first series, they kind of just like dropped that whole, Shadow Realm plot line, because that's one thing about the first season that was kind of annoying. Merrick never stayed dead. He always came back into the final series, final season. They finally did kill him, he was kind of annoying for a villain. Like I don't like villains that don't stay dead, unless it's M. Bison. M. Bison's okay. He gets a pass because he's M. Bison, because I think that's the funny thing about M. Bison. He dies every game and comes back the next game, Kind of like Michael Myers. I think Michael Myers is the same way. This game wouldn't be so bad. Again, like as you guys know, this is literally a beat 'em up, but it's just so many guys to beat up in this game. It's kind of annoying. It's like you're just literally pressing buttons 1,000 times. Like I said, if I don't finish the game today, I know I'm not going to finish it tonight probably. I need to get me like a counter for how many times I kill somebody in this game. I really hate these fat guys. They just get free hits off me. Also, I need to play Marvel Rivals sometime on stream. I usually play that a lot in the afternoons, because I used to play Overwatch and I got tired of it, and I started playing Rivals, and I kind of want to play Overwatch again, but I don't want to because I remember how like competitive everybody got in that game. But that's the bad thing about Rivals and Kyle, I would have died 1,000 times in this game hadn't used cheats, Like I guarantee we would be back at the game screen if I hadn't. Who's my main in Rivals? I have Squirrel Girl. I just recently got Lord status of her. My next play character, well, okay, depends on what role I play. I can flex almost any character, but right now my main characters are, I can do Squirrel Girl, I can do Punisher if I have to. He's pretty good. I can do Moon Knight. It depends on the situation too. I can do Moon Knight. But mainly on DPS is usually Squirrel. If things get desperate, I will whip out Squirrel Girl. I can do pretty good with her. But usually I'm doing stuff like whoever the meta is right now. And that's like, Punisher, Hela. I can do Hela pretty good. I just started using Phoenix. I like her a little bit. But the team has to be good for me to use Phoenix. Like, she depends on her team a lot, I noticed. But she's very powerful. If you get a good like rushdown team, she can mop up if you get a good rushdown team. And then tanks, I play Strange, Venom. I can do very good Venom with a good team, but I have to have good healers because I will dive heavily. I know when to get out, but I need healers to kind of help a little bit. And Groot. And in healers, I can play Gambit. I started playing the Viz a whole lot, and Jeff. And people say Jeff's a troll pick, but he can do decently. I used to play Cloak and Dagger, but they need a buff badly. I like Cloak and Dagger, but they need a buff because like you have to expend everything to kill your team. Like everybody else, I can heal and not expend all my cooldowns. Cloak and Dagger, you gotta burn through everything to heal. Yes, they have a mode where it's like, I think it's like 10 on 10 or 12 on 12, Kyle. Yeah, it's crazy. Barry, it's like, I suggest you try Far Far West if you get a chance. The second beta test went live today or yesterday. I'll look into it. Kyle's like, how about Daredevil? Kyle, I have not played with Daredevil or what's his name? Blade. Yeah. I did try Blade for like 2 minutes a day, but it was a throwaway match though. Like everybody, like the opposite team and my team agreed that we didn't care for it. It was the it was the resource map where you have to collect resources, and everybody said nobody wants to care. Like we're not going to try hard on this map. There was a thing on the opposite team that was going hardcore trying to like beat us, but I wasn't trying. So I played Blade for like a few minutes. I got like 3 kills and 2 deaths. So thankfully my kill spread didn't get messed up, but I could not understand how to play them yet. But I hadn't played with I hadn't tried Daredevil yet either. I heard he's pretty good though, but I haven't played with him yet. Again, he depends heavily on his team. I've heard like you need a very good dive team with him. Yeah, Luna Snow got an ability. She got one where she can now heal herself, I think, and it like increases your heals, but you have to use it's like her Snowflake ability that you can put on other people. She can put it on herself now, and her freeze ability comes out faster now. Like her snowball that freezes people, it comes out much faster now. So yeah, she got like a slight buff, but her heals are still kind of like you know. Barry, Deadpool goes live. Let me see, what is the day? Let's see. Deadpool goes live next week. I think he goes live next Friday. So, I mean, I could try him out before next retro stream, you know, next week. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he goes live next Friday. And the funny thing is, nobody knows what role he's gonna play because like they keep changing it every week of what he is. You know, I think he started. It started as tank. No, it started as DPS, and then it said tank, and then it said he is a healer. And I think that they're switching on purpose. Now it would be interesting if he's actually a triple role character. That'd be insane. You know. Yes, Kyle, Deadpool goes live next Friday. He's actually in the game right now. You just can't play as him. Like he's on the menu screen. You just can't play as him. And that's gonna be that would be kind of cool though if he was a triple role character. He could play at any role. So if that's true, his mastery is gonna be very hard. I guarantee it though. Like I just started trying to play Loki. He's very fun to play, but it's you gotta know what you're doing with Loki. He's kind of hard. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Deadpool's the kind of character he could play any role, you know. There's also a female character. I forget her exact name, but she I think is gonna play like Ashe from Overwatch. If she does, I'm very excited about that because I love Ashe in Overwatch. She's like my favorite character. Dang it. So we'll see. Like I said, I could like try to test him out on stream for a few minutes before the retro games just to see how he plays. You know, I can go to the practice range. I can go to the practice range and test him out. That's usually the best way to try out characters. Some people say, "Hey, I'm gonna play this character in a quick play match." Don't do that unless like both teams agree that you're not gonna take it seriously. You know, then you can practice, but don't get into a actual legit quick play match. You know, and say, "Hey, I'm gonna practice Widow or Black Widow." Don't do that. Don't do that, please. Kyle's like Rogue. I've not played with Rogue yet, Kyle, either. I need to. I've had a ton of matches with Rogue. She seems very good. I just haven't played it with her yet. But I've heard people say she's very good. Like I said, my tanks, Venom's my favorite. And then I can do Groot and Doctor Strange, but Venom's my favorite just because I'm very good with diving with him. But again, I can play any character, but again, like it depends on how your team is playing with you though. If I got a good team that's gonna heal me, I will jump on solo tank Venom and I can do pretty good. But if you're struggling with getting healed or the backline is not being protected, I usually gotta go to somebody like Groot to help protect the backline because DPS characters are very bad about that. They'll leave your team and your healers are getting harassed by Spider-Man in the backline. And it's like, guys, your backline needs help. They cannot fight him by themselves. You know, he's harassing everybody over here. Like, get over here and help me. You know, especially if you're a bad flanker. You know. I like this game. Like, you don't have to try this game really. I mean, I am using the cheat code for infinite lives, but you pretty much just gotta hit A and Y the entire game. It will get you through that. Just hit A and Y. Just button mash. Okay, this is the boss again. Oh, it's Thin Man again. Okay. We gotta fight her ex. I'm just gonna say that because she's the one that keeps fighting him. That was so stupid. So stupid. Oh Lord. Let's see. Kyle's like, they make the character look so hype and fun, but when you try them, the character's tough. Yes, that's kind of how it is for a lot of the games like that. It's like, oh man, this character, like, you know, here's Rogue. She looks amazing. She has some good skins. And it's like they make them tough. Barry's like, I don't even know what happened. I don't need to Barry. Like, you beat the guy up. I think what happened, you're supposed to stop them from stealing that statue or whatever it was, that chair, and they still stole it. Basically, is what happened. You know, it's stupid, Barry. It's a very weird game. It's not a good game, Barry. But they stole the chair though. But yeah, so I think we got one cutscene. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and see what happens.
Good morning, Angels.
Good morning, Charlie.
Good news. The data you downloaded at the Thin Man's hideout indicated the whereabouts of Foster's private little museum. Bosley will fill you in.
What we're dealing with here is an ultra-secret military compound buried at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Remote, discreet, and undetectable by satellite, right?
Undoubtedly difficult to access.
Probably very well guarded.
With a security system that's state of the art.
Right on!
Alex, once inside the compound, you'll search for the museum. Dylan, you'll assist her progress. As for you, Natalie, find Foster and haul his ass back here whether he likes it or not.
Why us, Charlie? If we found him, why not just send in the police?
I don't want Foster to panic. He could do something reckless at the sight of a uniform.
How do you figure?
A few days ago, Foster ordered a rather impressive stock of explosives. We fear he may have rigged the compound.
Kaboom.
Sounds like a blast.
Well, no, Barry, I was going to say that's probably it for Retro Games Night for tonight. Leave your on me second monitor weave. No. Like I said, there's no way we're going to be able to finish this game in one night. I'm trying to stick to a schedule, and so I didn't want to go over. So we will come back to this game next Friday, and Monday we will come back to Silent Hill. Like I said, I'm trying to stick to us actually finishing these games now, even if it's a bad game, you know. So, you know, Monday I'll come back to Silent Hill at our normal times usually. I'm gonna try to shoot for 6:30, and then we'll come back to this game next Friday. We're gonna try to keep Fridays as retro game nights, you know. And then the weekends, I'll see how next week goes. I think weekends may just be TBAs, where I may do VR games sometimes, and sometimes I may do stuff like learning how to do models and stuff in Blender or things like that. But Fridays I know retro, and then like I said, Monday and Wednesdays are modern games like Earth Defense Force, Silent Hill, like actually trying to finish those games, you know. But Silent Hill is the game we're gonna try to finish first though. You know, I'm like halfway through it. Oh God, Kyle. I mean, I could one day try Persona 5. I beat Persona 5, but I have Persona 5 Royale. But yeah, Persona, God, that game took forever, but I love it though. Very fun game, but yeah, Persona would take us several nights to beat, you know, because it's such a big game. I think I put in like over 80 hours into that game. Like Persona is a huge game. It would take a long time to beat that. So that's why I say RPGs are really hard to beat, because most of my RPGs, I usually pour in over 100 hours into most of them, like Disgaea, Persona, Final Fantasy, you know. Sonic what? I mean, I could do Sonic 2, you know. I could do a retrospective after this game. I could do a Sonic retrospective again. We did try that one time. We kind of dropped it, actually. I was trying to play all the old Sonic games, and I kind of dropped it. No, I didn't say Sonic Berry. I'm sorry. But I could do that. I could play Sonic, the old 2D Sonic games, and then through all the 3D Sonic games, you know. I mean, 'cause I do like Sonic, you know. So I could do like Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, because again, we had done that, but I just dropped the idea for some reason. No. I mean, the only RPG Sonic had there was Sonic and the Dark Brotherhood for DS, and I don't think there's a good DS emulator for it yet. If there is, I could try it. Cal says the Sonic game was silver. Cal, you're talking about Sonic 06. I mean, I could do that, Cal. I have the Project 06 file. Now, I don't have a working PS3 right now, but if I did, we could have played the original Sonic 06 on PS3. But I do have Project 06, so we could technically play through the action stages with that game. But, you know, for right now, we're going to finish Charlie's Angels. Like I said, we'll probably finish it next week. I don't think this game's much longer. I think we're kind of getting to the end, hopefully. You know, because the story's not that big. It's literally a guy stealing like artifacts, and like I think we're getting close to the end. So we should be able to finish this game next time, and then we'll move on to the next game. And again, like I said, we can go ahead and do Sonic and knock it out early this year, or we could do something else. I'll figure out this weekend if I'll do Sonic this next week. So anyway, okay. Well, with that, I'll stop right here for now. Like I said, next stream will be Monday at 6:30 Central Time. Like I said, we will be trying to finish Silent Hill. Like I said, I think we're halfway through the game because, like, again, on PlayStation it says I'm 45% the way through. You know, we should be able to finish it. Kyle's like, the problem in this game is the fights. Exactly, Kyle. It's grindy. Like, if we had like half the enemies, we could get through it much faster. But the fact is, you have to button mash through like 1,000 guys on this game, and it takes forever, you know, because each one they start in the early game, they don't block that much, but then by the end they sit there and they block half the time, but your attacks can actually beat them if you finish a combo chain. It's just super time. It's just annoying. It's just a bad made game, you know. But we'll finish it though. That's the thing though. I said I'm gonna stick with it. We'll finish it next time, and then, like I said, we can move on to like Sonic or something else. Like I said, whatever series we go to, though, we're going to finish it, though. So if I play Sonic the Hedgehog 1, we are going to finish it in that same, you know, until we finish it, basically. The 2D Sonic games, we can probably beat each one in one night, honestly. Like, I can probably beat Sonic 1 through Knuckles in one night. And then Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, I can probably do one in one night for a stream. I think, because then I can usually speed. I can't glitch speed run, but I can speed run those games pretty fast. So we'll see though. I'll figure out this weekend. Like I said, I'm gonna look into what Kyle said about a counter and some other like additions to the stream and stuff like that. And I will look into what Barry said also, that the Far Far West game. I'll look into that this weekend. I think there's another gotcha game coming out pretty soon. I want to try it. It's coming out, I think, the 22nd. I'll see. There's a lot of games I need to play. My backlog is terrible, guys. You know. But anyway, okay. Well, I'll let you guys go for now. Like I said, it was a good stream. I had fun chatting Kyle. It was very fun. Very fun talking to you, Barry. Very fun talking to Knight and Rinku. Like I said, next stream will probably be Monday. Barry says Silver Palace, maybe. What is that? What is Silver Palace? I don't know what that is. I'll look into it though. I don't know what that is. But yeah, it was very fun. I really enjoyed tonight. Like, you guys like sticking around and talking and stuff made it very fun tonight. You know, I enjoyed it. But let me see. But I'll let you guys go for now. Never mind, another gotcha game. My goodness, Barry. I'll look into it, Barry. No, oh, Silver Palace. No, Barry. I think I know the one you're talking about. I think I'm looking into that one too. I think I'm looking forward to that too. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Yeah, I think I think that's my I'm looking into that one. I think, Barry, also. But yeah, I'll check into it. But yeah, but like I said, I'll let you guys go for right now. I'm gonna go in here and look into Cookie Run Kingdom, because they just had a new live stream come out today with some new information. I like that game. It's a very fun gacha game. It has a very good story. It seems stupid, but it actually has a very good story. But anyway, I'll let you guys go for now. Thank you, Kyle, Barry, Rinku Knight, as always. Like I said, I will talk to you guys later, and y'all have a good night tonight. Like I said, Monday, we will jump back on here with Sonic Hill and hopefully finish it. Hopefully this week we can get kind of close. But yeah, you guys have a good night. And Kyle, yes, you need to look into it. It's actually very good. They just had a new trailer come out. Like I said, I love Cookie Run Kingdom. Let me see. I can play it. Let me see. Let's see. Cookie. Yeah, it is a very good game. I will say that it has a very good story. Yeah, at night, I know her dancing is stupid, but if you guys haven't played Cookie Run Kingdom, the characters and stuff look very good. But this is a very spoiler heavy moment right here. But I'm very pumped for this. I need to actually catch up to the story. But it's a big war basically is about to go on in the story section, and it looks very exciting. I'm very pumped for it. Cause I wouldn't think a game like this would have a very good story, but it does. Like, oh my god, it has a very good story. But so if you ever want to get a decent gacha game, look into Cookie Run Kingdom. Like, I mean, it's a gacha, so you do have that. It kind of sucks, but the story, holy god, it's so good. But they just released this morning, so I gotta catch up on what was announced. They had a live stream this morning in China, I think, where this game came from. I think it's China. But yeah, very good, very good. I want to cosplay him. I want to cosplay him. But Silent Salt Cookie, yeah. I'm actually trying to work on a cosplay for him.
Shall devour you. Cookie Run Kingdom.
But you wouldn't think it's a very good game. Like when I've actually known about this game for years. I didn't think it was very good. But when you actually play it, it's actually very good. But yeah, this character right here, I want to cosplay him. I'm trying to get a cosplay of this character. But I can't find any files on his helmet. I think a guy just made his sword. So I kind of want to work on it, hopefully soon. But I don't think you can't find his helmet or his costume yet. But I really want to cosplay him though, because he looks so cool. But yeah, his name is Silent Salt Cookie. I really want to cosplay him, you know. But yeah, Barry's like, did she flash us? Yeah, she probably did. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that though. I'm gonna work on that this weekend probably. I'm actually working on Monster Hunter cosplay too, so I need to actually work on that this weekend. So yeah.
Cookie Run Kingdom.
They have a lot of good voice actors in this game too, so that's another good thing. So anyway, all right, I'll let you guys go for now. I'm gonna go in here and actually I gotta mop some floors and stuff. You like the last one they showed? Wait, who was the last one?
Kingdom.
Who? Her? Like she's the big villain for right now. If you meant her. I'm trying to think who the last one they showed. That's probably her. Yeah, or if you mean her, that is Silent Salt Cookie's girlfriend. Technically, we all laugh. The fandom makes fun of that though. Silent Salt Cookie likes her, kinda, or he's a knight for her. So there is some shipping out there for those two. That's White Lily Cookie is her name, and then of course the big bad right here is Dark Enchantress Cookie. How I know these names, do not ask me. I don't know how I just remembered those names, but yeah, very good game, very good game. Man, there's so many cutscenes I haven't kept up with tonight. Like I said, they just had the stream, so there's a lot of stuff I need to watch tonight.
Our master needs no script.
I'm just gonna wait. I need to go in here and watch this stuff. Okay, anyway, you guys have a good night. I'm gonna go in here and watch this cookie stuff, and I will talk to you guys hopefully next week. Okay, because you guys know I will sit here and ramble all night long. All right, well, you guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys later.